There we go, finally. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Harv's World. Harv's Technical Nightmare World, I should say. Anything would help at this point, Rusty. If you've got one of those, a spinning wheel that I could put some wool in, make my own, that would probably be even better. Hey, Teltaps. Hey, Ika. 110, that must be in the morning. Indonesia. Wow, that's outstanding. One of the things that has really been interesting about getting into YouTube and content creation and streaming and all of that is how far-reaching this becomes. Like, I never imagined that my voice would be carrying, you know, several continents away. And I don't know how this happened. My seed drill got turned somehow. Like, I had it parked all nice and neat right along this, the edge of my barnyard here, and now it's all twisted and mucked up. North Carolina. It should be set to 720, Rusty. I don't think we've had that problem in the past. Who knows? Today is just going to be a technical nightmare. I can tell already. So far, so bad. Yeah, on my screen, it's telling me that there. Well, that was way more trouble than it should have been. Oh, let me take a look and see if YouTube is being funky today. It's very possible. Very possible indeed. Now it says the stream health is good. Set up for normal latency, no problem there, so it should be coming through at 720. I don't... Oh, okay. Good deal, Rusty. Okay, good. Okay, well, speaking of being fraught with technical difficulties, the title on this stream is Harv and Caveman Play with Subs. Well, Caveman's internet is even more two cans in a string than mine is. I actually do have high quality internet. There were other technical issues that weren't internet related. But okay, that's drawing in better now. It looks like it's just going to end up being Harv and sub. Because some of the other subs aren't quite ready to play yet. And that's just weird. So in field 36 I have coffee. And it's barely started to grow. And I planted that a long time before I planted field 38, which was poppies. And I actually kind of wanted everybody to see the poppies because they're really quite an amazing field when they come in. But now the poppies are ready to harvest already. So It's just Harv. You get just little old me today, apparently. But we do have some new equipment to play with, which is going to be interesting. And I need a tractor for. And a couple of fields to plant. I believe one sub is going to try to get in today. Also known as Sharko Gaming. With a little luck, he'll make it in anyway. Hey, Tim 10, how you doing today, man? So, over the weekend, Caveman. Hey, there we go. Sharko's in. Good deal. Caveman modded up some equipment for us to help out on our big fields, and one of them was this lime spreader. And it's pretty spectacular, if I'm honest. I have to admit. So it reaches out a couple of feet. More than a couple of feet. That is a 50-meter wide spread. In fact, I'm really way far off on the right, but I'll deal with it. And I'm headed at 90, so let's get that all set up. 50 meters, 328-foot spread. Now that's how you lime a field. At least that's how you lime a field this big. I told you Caveman is an amazing modder. He does great work when he's modifying existing mods. And he's working his way up to building his own. But there is one fatal flaw. This lime spreader will hold 1,000,000 liters of lime or fertilizer if I was willing to sit there for 30 minutes while it fills. So I stopped it at 200,000 liters because I didn't want to sit there for 30 minutes waiting for it to fill. Huh. GPS said this was a 328-foot spread. But the equipment says it's a 50-meter spread. And Rusty's telling me that 328 feet equals 100 meters. So there's something funky going on here. I'm not sure if it's a game issue or if it's a mod issue, and I hope Caveman's paying attention here. Yeah, it's almost it's almost comical. Oh, I agree, Rusty. Caveman has modded some big mods for us. And yeah, if real weight was on there, we'd need about 18 tractors to pull some of this stuff. Which might be funny in and of itself. Apparently, in Caveman's world, lime has no weight. Or just enough to keep the tractor from flipping this thing left and right. But that's what we're doing on the stream here. I mean, this is casual, just casual farming, playing around, being silly. This is, you know, these streams are more about the opportunity to get to know the subscribers a little bit better, talk to you guys, answer questions. Whatever or wherever the mood takes us. We get a few more people in here this afternoon. I do have a few questions for everybody. That'll be oh, amen to that, brother. Caveman, can you mod me up to knock off a few pounds? That would be very, very helpful. Hey, my tractor's trying to do wheelies, man. That's cool. There it goes. That's what I needed. Oh, and it would appear that GPS is not quite registering this right. Because we are off by, what, about 3 meters? Well, there's no harm in re-asking the same question, because I'm sure people will be floating in and out, but when you guys are playing Farming Simulator, what are some mods that you absolutely positively can't live without? If you had to be limited to, say, 5 mods, what 5 would they be? I can tell you one for me for sure is Follow Me. Have to use Follow Me. I just find it too productive. If I knew more about course play, I would probably add that one to the list. But I think I'd have to add GPS for sure. I don't use GPS as much as Follow Me, but while we're running down the field, I should take care of a few things. Get a quick save in there so we don't lose our progress, which was a genuine concern earlier this morning. I had to shut down the server to do a couple of quick updates, which we thought had updated, but then they didn't. If you ever decide to run a dedicated server, watch how your files transfer, because I updated some mods, and for some reason on the server side they didn't update. And I even made a point of deleting the mods on the server side first before I put the newest versions up. Hey, it looks like Sharko made it over to join the fun in his lovely blue pickup truck. That has to be the 2020 one of everybody's. No, I don't think it is. Yeah, it is. The TLX 2020. So apparently nobody has any mods that they can't live without. me see here. Okay. So now he should have access to all of the equipment on my farm. And what does this field need? Nothing. It'll be ready to plant. And field 39 will be ready to plant. And looks like field 38 is going to get a harvest today. So that'll keep us busy for a while. Not like it matters. Hello everyone, welcome to Harv's World. Casual farming, unfortunately. It's just me today. Caveman is having some technical problems, so he doesn't look like he's going to be able to join us today. And playing with subs is now playing with a sub. But we still do have room on the server, so if at any point anybody's interested, jump into Discord. We do everything through my Discord channel. The link is on my channel page on YouTube. It's an incredibly friendly group of people. Very helpful if you ever have any questions. Or just want to hang out and chat for a little bit. We're always there. We're always there. That's interesting, Rusty. Do you play seasons like on every map, or is that just something that you couldn't live without if you need something to change up? I honestly couldn't tell you, Tim 10. That's an interesting one. I haven't had that problem myself, and I don't recall anybody or ever hearing anybody talk about it. Hey, XFL lover. How you doing, man? And I am way off the mark here. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just about to... Gotcha. I'm just about to start working with global company on a large scale. I had not particularly used it with all of the, you know, factories and all of that, and I'm going to give that a shot here real soon. In fact, you can almost bet there will be a Let's Play series. For those of you who watch my Off the Grid series, which are quite a few, XFL Lover is the person who came up with the name for my horse. Brilliant name, Grid. So when I get off my horse, I'm off the grid. Which ended up being the German form Raster. So I get the impression, Rusty, that you really get into realism as much as possible. I kind of go both ways on realism on Farm Sim. Obviously, today is not about being realistic. But it depends on the day, the situation, whatever. Like, I have no problem using auto load trailers if the situation calls for it. And others kind of decide that's a form of a cheat. And actually, Rusty, I was looking back at your must-have mod list again, and I've not really used the enhanced vehicle mod or the added realism for vehicles mod. Probably something I should take a look at some point. I just haven't. Although I do like the real mud mod. And it's been fun playing with that from time to time. Things get really interesting when it rains, that's for sure. And yes, today Mrs. Van Horn got her comeuppance. I'm not sure how well that's going to work out for me, but it was bloody fun telling her exactly what she could do with herself. I hear you. I haven't played with seasons as much as I probably could, and I personally, when it comes to creating episodes and such, I find it extremely difficult to keep seasons working for episodes. I did Dalton Valley Farm, and that was actually a season's refresher course for me, and tried to include a lot of information that would help people if they were trying to get started on seasons. But it got harder and harder to create episodes just because, you know, you need to keep some action, you need to keep things moving forward, and if you don't have that, people just aren't going to watch it, which is one of the reasons that Dalton Valley was such a short series. You know, you'd sit there and you go, well, if I do one episode per season, that could work out, but then you hit summer and winter, and that doesn't really work because there's not that much going on in summer and winter. It's a real challenge for YouTube creators to work with seasons, I think. I don't think it's just me. Well, that takes care of the lime. Thanks to Caveman, that didn't take all year. Sharko is already working on our massive field 39 of tobacco. That's going to be huge. And I do believe Caveman did leave some of his equipment over here, so I might just get his seeder working on the opposite side of that field. And then go start harvesting those poppies. So how's everybody doing out there? I know not everyone is from the U.S., especially this time of day. I think we get more people from Europe, apparently Indonesia, early in the morning, things like that. But hopefully you U.S. folks are finding yourselves able to celebrate Thanksgiving in some fashion. Man, this COVID-19, everybody is sick to death of it. Yeah, that's exactly right, Rusty. Outstanding, Tim 10. If you hadn't figured it out by now, Rusty is a UK subscriber too. Been an amazing supporter of the channel, just amazing. Oh, I know what I can do. Luckily, Caveman left us his equipment, so we're gonna borrow this big bud. I'm gonna get the big bud stuck on this trailer. Alright, Caveman, the one downside to this flatbed is that it's not a low loader, so these ramps get a little bit steep sometimes. I've had this problem in the past. That's one of the things that you don't realize when you first start making videos and putting yourself out there is that, and I think I said this on the last stream. In fact, I'm sure I said this on the last stream. The reach is just amazing. You know, I think in our own minds we sit there and go, you know, oh well, only people from the US will be watching me, or countries that traditionally speak English, or you know, whatever. And then you start looking at Google Analytics and you know, people all over the world. And I can't thank them enough. I really, really can't. Never ever imagined that things would progress the way they have. And, you know, in such a short amount of time, you know, I started my channel in June, the middle of June. It really didn't start picking up until about August. But now things are really starting to take off. Still slowly, not, you know, not on a Mr. Sealy P level or anything, but some of the goals that I have set are definitely appear to be within reach. So that is fantastic. Where can I get through these bloody trees? At some point I'm going to have to come in here and chop some of these. Oh, absolutely, Rusty. In fact, I was having this conversation with somebody recently, and we were talking about, you remember when we were kids and we had to memorize phone numbers? I would actually be surprised if someone knew a phone number. Okay, let me say, if someone knew more than 1 or 2 phone numbers besides their own these days. We've converted from having to memorize phone numbers to having to memorize passwords. On one of my map tours recently, I can't remember which one, but it was I think it was a UK-based map, and there was one of those iconic red phone boxes. You know exactly which ones I'm talking about, you guys from over there. But, you know, in the US, you will not find a phone booth, period. Unless maybe you're in an airport. Pay phones are a thing of the past. We don't need them anymore. There's no use for them. The world has moved on, as Roland of Gilead might say. And I will be very impressed with you, by the way, if you can tell me who Roland of Gilead is without looking it up on Google. Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? Yeah, exactly, Rusty. Dime's here. Okay. That, as they say, is that. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I need the harvester barn. Yeah, I have my equipment kind of sorted into barns now. Anyone else out there? Anyone else want to hazard a guess at who Roland of Gilead is? Ah, Rusty looked it up and sorted it out. I love those books. One of my favorite series. Of course I do. Da, 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 da. So, for anyone who doesn't know, obviously, there's only two of us who do, Rusty and I. We're almost cut from a little bit of the same cloth. Roland of Gilead is the main character in Stephen King's The Dark Tower series. They made an awful movie of the first set of books, first couple of books, or the first book. And unfortunately, it was such an awful movie that they will probably never film the rest of the series, but I have read a lot of David Eddings also. Back in the day, not so much anymore, but as a younger man, I read a lot of David Eddings. Fred Saberhagen was a big one back then. Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman, The Dragonlance Chronicles. I tend to be more historical fiction now. Like Shogun. Shogun is one of my all-time favorite books ever. And there's a book, I can't remember the author, but it's called Shantaram. Shantaram. And it's about a guy who escapes prison in Australia and stows away to get to India and hides out in the slums of India and has many adventures, meets many interesting people. As people float in and out today, I'll re-ask the same question. Don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen. Post a comment. Say hello at least. What are your go-to mods? What are mods you absolutely positively can't live without? Rusty and I are at least in agreement on Follow Me. And Courseplay really, I could probably add Courseplay to my list. Top 5 mods that I couldn't live without. It's just so convenient. The thing that I like about Courseplay and Follow Me both is that I consider them enhanced helper mods, so it's not like they're a cheat because your helpers are actually getting paid with those mods. And yeah, I know I know the title says Harv and Caveman play with subs, but we've had some technical issues. Caveman's not able to connect today. Others were planning on being here but didn't quite make it. And I do have Sharko Gaming in helping out. He's over planting field 39 right now with tobacco. And as soon as I get the fertilizer down on this field, I'm going to go over and start harvesting poppies. And I still find it interesting. This is coffee in field 36. And I find it very interesting that it's no farther along, because I planted that quite some time ago, way before these poppies, and the poppies are already ready to go, so it must be a map thing. Very interesting. It's like grapes on Ischia Farm and Blue Mountain Valley. Now, those are the only two maps you can do grapes on, but grapes on Blue Mountain come in a heck of a lot faster than they do on Ischia Farm. Oh, that's a good one, Caveman. Global company icons. And the CSZ pack. Yeah, the CSZ pack is a really good one too. But yeah, the global company icons, they're a game changer as far as I'm concerned. The question I have to ask Giants is, okay, fine, you have icons for everything, but why are you going to make me memorize your ugly gray icons and so that I can, be forced to remember the difference between what a wheat icon looks like and what a barley icon looks like and what an oat icon looks like, when all you had to do was add a word right below the icon? How hard was that? How hard would that have been? At least with Global Company, they make their icons look like what the crop actually is. But I've said this many times before, and I'll say it again. Giants made a great foundation for a game, but it's the modders who really make the game. Farm Sim would have died 2 years ago if it weren't for the mod community. Anybody out there who are modders, you have my sincere respect and praise, because you keep this game moving forward. Yeah, if Farm Sim is the skeleton, then the mods are the muscles, organs, heart, lungs, and brains of Farming Simulator. You know what's funny is I keep calling this casual farming, but we're playing on such massive fields that it's almost anything but casual. The point really is it's just keeping busy, playing the game that we love while getting to know you folks a little bit better. That's been the best part of this whole YouTube experience, is getting to meet so many interesting people from so many different places. I'm sure people get tired of talking to me or listening to me talk to myself all the time too, Caveman. That's why my Let's Plays are pretty story driven. The issue is that you're not here, Caveman. We're missing a key component to the stream. And if you're listening, Caveman is the proud purveyor of the YouTube channel Caveman Tech and Gaming, doing a great time-lapse series on No Man's Land. If you haven't had a chance, you should go over there and check that out. The looks like Sharko's moving right along on field 39. And that is just a stupidly big field. Oh yeah, that might get done in record time. Are you still working on getting a stable internet connection there, Caveman? I think I need a screen that says technical difficulties. Please stand by. Would have been good to start the stream with today, or bad, depending on your perspective, I suppose. Well, I'm still asking the question as the sub count rises and falls, or not the sub count, but the viewer count rises and falls. Go-to mods, anyone? Anything you just can't live without? One that I use frequently is the Animal Pen extension mod. And I guess that depends on the map. But most of the times I like to have some kind of animal, something to break up what's going on with just farming. That's one of the nice things about off the grid is I have animals, but in such small quantities that taking care of them takes almost nothing. So, but they are beneficial to the series. And I just got my new horse, which looks great riding through the Wilhelmina forest, I might add. And he even has a name now, thanks to a subscriber. I don't disagree with you there, Sharko. That's probably a really good idea. God knows we have room for it. Maybe we should try to build like the largest cattle herd ever. Or at least just something ridiculous. Since this is such a massive map. Yeah, it's too bad Caveman left because, well, I guess I get to do the moderating duties today. Kaiden, we don't allow that kind of begging in channel, so you get a timeout. First one ever. People are here to enjoy themselves and relax, not have people come in begging for stuff from them, especially me. Because frankly, I don't have much money, and I don't make any money for doing any of this, so at least not for now. I'm still paying my dues. If you want to build up a farm with animals, Sharko, go right ahead. We will help you out however you need. I've got 2.5 million liters of silage in the bunker right now, ready to go. And for anybody who doesn't know, Laura Mulcahy is actually Ethan, one of my most ardent subscribers. Hi, Ethan. How you doing, buddy? Thanks, Sharko. Now I've gotten to a point where I have to start remembering who people's aliases are. Thanks to Ethan. Ethan is Laura. I'm doing great, Ethan. I really enjoy doing these streams, talking to you guys. It's actually very relaxing. With the Let's Play series, there's so much effort that goes into them, and that's not to say that they're not fun, because they're a blast to do. But just being able to stop for a minute and sit back and farm up a little bit without having to worry about who said what, what's going on here, and whether Mrs. Van Horn is going to have her panties in a twist today or not, is very, very relaxing. Your son's all the way up to 2,000 sheep now, Rusty. And I think I said this last time Ethan was on, but Ethan's such a big fan of the Off the Grid series that he's jumped on Wilhelmina Forest and is trying to create his own off the grid world. And he keeps asking me, and I just keep running out of time. But we are at one point going to go over and record on that, and I'll show it off to everybody. It'll probably be a short video, just kind of a little bit of a tour. But it'll be interesting to see what other people are doing that have been inspired by the work that I've done. Well, if I get repetitive too, there's not always the same people on streams, so they may not have heard it before. Uh-oh. Sounds like Caveman is connecting. I can hear something going on. We may have a caveman presence.
Here comes Calvary.
Oh, there we go. Caveman joins the server. Hey, we got there after all. It only took an
Yeah, it just
hour.
took a little bit longer than I thought.
Synchronizing data with other players. You know, it's funny. Sharko jumped right in, and it didn't even tell me it was synchronizing data. Like, he was just in.
Maybe because he was on right before.
Yeah, that's possible. I didn't know. There's no way I could possibly have known that, Ethan. But at least you got a notification. That's good. Although make sure you're not using a school computer for things you shouldn't be. We wouldn't want you to get yourself into trouble.
So what are we doing?
Well, you sound like an alien.
Of course, I sound like an alien.
Okay, that's better now. You might move your mic away just a little bit. You're probably coming through a little bit loud. We've had some, like, I watched replays of streams last night because someone commented last night about the fact that you were still really loud.
Uh huh.
And, like, the second stream we did, you were very loud, even after we did adjustments. The third stream we did, everything was pretty well balanced. At least I felt like it was. But today it sounds like you might be coming through just a little bit loud again.
Okay.
Right now, I have got a helper using your seed drill on field 39 with Sharko, and they're planting tobacco over there. And that crazy poppy field of mine is ready to harvest already, and I was kind of hoping that it would wait so that I could show the viewers what a poppy field looks like, but that is not going to be the case today. So while
So we're gonna harvest the poppy field then?
Yep, I think that's going to be my plan. Harvesting up the poppy field.
All right.
And someone was commenting on the last stream about the fact that we weren't using a grain cart. Well, I have a grain cart. Courtesy of Caveman's Customs. An extra special. Oh yeah, corn harvest got done. We got that done on the last stream, thank God. That field has been plowed. It probably needs fertilizer. Yeah, well, it's getting its first application of fertilizer, but right now we got a whole field of tobacco going into 39, Ethan. Nope. Nope. Nope.
Poppies use the regular header, right?
Pretty sure. That's the wrong barn. It's this barn. Yes, I thought so. Oh, that means I gotta swap out headers. I have a second harvester already over here if you just want to use that.
You have a second chaser bin?
I don't have a chaser bin, but I've got a truck and trailer you're welcome to use. drop that right there.
All right. Let me find something that I can tab to get there.
Yeah, Rusty, they are very, very popular over here. Maybe it's the narrow places, or, you know, maybe it's the narrow fields that you guys have in the UK. I don't know what the difference is. I know they're really concerned with compaction and getting trucks stuck. So I would imagine that's a big part of it. And I'm going to be running headlands, Caveman.
Okay. I'll pick up headlands behind you then, I guess.
Okay. Well, on this map, you never quite know. Exactly what these crops are going to yield, but there's no straw or grass or anything weird from poppies. It's just going to be poppies. And that is a beautiful thing. Alright, let's see how that's going to sit with us. You would almost think that poppies would come out red because the flowers are red. That's why I wanted you to see this field before it was fully grown, because this blazing red field of poppies when they come in is just something to see. It's really quite spectacular. And when Ethan comes back, I will explain to him that there actually is a road into this field, but I don't know where it is, and it's not very close to my farm. I need to get the tree mower down here and mow out a few trees. The Trex. Well, anyway, at least you can see this is what a field of poppies looks like when it's ready to harvest. I have no idea if these poppies are going to drug cartels or whatever. I just sell them to a wholesaler, so 236 10,000-liter bales of grass. Did you have to wrap? No, you don't have to wrap that for sheep, and you're not playing seasons, so grass bales would be fine. But 236 times 10,000 actually. 2,360,000 liters of grass. Rusty, you have just said everything that I need to hear to know that you love your son very, very deeply.
Yeah.
Very deeply indeed. And what map are you playing on that has grass fields big enough to yield over 2 million liters of grass? That's what I'm interested in knowing. I think Courseplay would be your friend for that kind of a job. Holy shnikes. Ah, yeah, you mentioned that before. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn lines on because I want to see where they're at. Well, I would have sworn that I told this to flip 90 degrees, but apparently it's not working that way. So I will just run the north-south manually. And I'll tell you, there's a certain person who shall remain nameless, but just got on the server finally a few minutes ago, who wants to plant carrots. And I'll be honest, I'm a little bit curious about that myself. But I also have a sneaking suspicion they're a lot like potatoes, and we could end up harvesting carrots for the rest of our natural-born lives.
I'm pretty sure they're going to end up just like potatoes.
Yep, me too.
I really think I'm lagging hard.
Well, you had so much trouble getting in, that wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, sure.
Yeah, and you are... Go ahead.
Sharko says he's got a small field that we could try carrots in if we want to get a... just give him a shot.
Okay. Thank you, Sharko.
That, Sharko, is a brilliant idea. In fact, I haven't really looked at the map to see what everybody has right now. So Caveman's over in the northwest corner. Sharko is over in the... No, that's somebody else.
Sharko's right below me.
Why am I not seeing that? Oh, because he's kind of the same color as some of the map stuff. Oh, he's got field 30.
Yep.
Okay, he's got field 34 and then field 15. I see it now. Okay, he's in the southwest corner. Yeah, you're talking about field 15, right? Sharko, field 15. Oh, and I'm completely off my track here. Brilliant, Harv. Paying attention to everything but your harvesting. Oh, well, life will resume.
And you're right, by the way. The case does have a longer auger on it.
Yeah, the shortest pipe that I've found in game is the CR10, the New Holland. Those are really short pipes. Oh, I see. 15 is 2 fields, so we could plant one of them in carrots, and then you could still have grass in the other, and then when the carrots are done, you could get that all converted over to grass. We could make that work. If you're interested. They'd be your crops to sell.
It'd still be fun to do, though.
I say we go for it.
I say we just go big and go ahead and plant field 38.
And I say you, sir, are a glutton for punishment.
It's not that bad. The hardest part's planting. Oh, with potatoes on this map, the hardest part's planting them.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Do the Bourgeois seed drills plant carrot? I think they might.
Yes, they do.
Well, Sharko offered, and we already said yes. So let's go with that idea, and then we'll see what happens. I'll tell you,
Right.
I'll tell you, Sharko. One thing that you can do on this map instead of just planting grass, and it's totally up to you. If you want to do grass, it's fine. But if you plant coffee, coffee outputs a ton of grass. So you'd have coffee to sell, and then, oh no, it kicks out chaff, not grass, chaff. So if you're just looking to make chaff, depending on what animals you're going to do, coffee is a really good option instead of doing just straight grass.
Well, then he wouldn't have to have grass for silage then.
Now, if he was doing cattle, I don't know if you caught it earlier, Caveman, but we were talking earlier about he wants to do animals. We need animals on the map, and I was thinking maybe we do like the biggest cattle herd we can come up with.
Okay.
You know, maybe that's...
So now we got to try to find a mod that'll support more than like 500 cattle.
Well, I mean, you can do 10 pens, right?
I think so.
So a 500 cattle pen would be 5,000. I think if we go beyond 5,000, Life is going to get ugly.
Oh yeah.
We would keep Field 39 constantly in corn and have to silage that or chop it like, almost daily, probably.
Well, once we get the initial feed in there, it's easier to keep it up than it is dealing with the initial startup.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, that being the case, what I always try to do in my let's play series and whatnot is I always try to build ahead. So before I bring my cattle in, I've already got TMR set and ready to go. But it would also mean
Yeah, that makes sense.
we need to add some of those TMR mixer mods to the map.
I thought we already had the feed mixer mod, stationary ones.
Yep, we do actually. That's a fair point. We probably have enough headland grass that we wouldn't need any other grass. So we could make hay from that.
Yeah.
Have to plant some straw crops. Hey, we reached double digits finally. Welcome to the channel, everybody. We're just kind of chit-chatting about different options for what we might want to do on our dedicated server here. We're going to do a test run, it sounds like, on one of Sharko's smaller fields to see how carrots work out for us. Be pretty darn interesting. And we're talking about maybe building a massive cattle herd.
A lot of cows.
Like 5,000. That would be pretty spectacular. Hey, Sam plays different games. How are you doing, man? What different games do you play? And here's a question for everybody now that we've reached double-digit viewers. What is your all-time favorite video game ever, not counting Farming Sim?
You had to ask a hard question, didn't you?
I think it's a pretty easy question because I already know the answer for me. And I'm sure a lot of other people do too, actually, but
I can't say what my favorite game would be other than Farming Sim, but I can tell you the one I've got the most game time on.
What's that?
And that would be World of Warcraft.
Oh, fair enough.
I've got more time invested in one character than I do all my other games combined.
That's a good idea, Sharko. Everybody pitch in to keep the cattle fed. That's a really good idea. Well, the best game that I've ever played, and I said this before, was Red Dead Redemption 2. Hands down, without a doubt, no question, at least for me personally, it's the best darn game I ever played. Red Dead Online, not so much, although I did have a lot of fun with it. But the single-player version of Red Dead, oh my god. I can't give it high enough praise.
That's one game I have not played.
Sharko, I would easily rate Kerbal Space Program in my top 5. Easily. It has one heck of a steep learning curve, but man, is it a blast when you actually. A blast, no pun intended. Is it a blast when you make your first mun landing, or actually make it to another planet? Oh, that's a great point, Rusty. For the old codgers like you and I, the first game that ever completely held my rapt attention was the first iteration ever of Civilization. When it very first came out, a friend of mine had bought an Amiga. It was an Amiga 500, which I'm sure no one has even heard about anymore. Did you GPS this, Caveman?
No.
Oh, no wonder it's not lining up. We probably have different size headers too. Anyway, the first Civilization on an Amiga 500 was the first video game that truly, truly got my undivided attention. And it was on an Amiga 500, and we were in awe when my friend bought that machine, and he upgraded the RAM to 1 full megabyte. And we were saying, what are you ever going to need a full megabyte of RAM for?
Well, nowadays a full megabyte of RAM won't do nothing.
Nope, not a bit. Populous was a great game too. Loved playing Populous.
Did you ever play a game called Black and White?
A little bit. I didn't get into it much, but I did play Black and White.
I remember when one of the Civilization games came out around the same time as that.
Yeah.
I couldn't afford the new Civilization game, and I had asked for it for my birthday. I got Black and White instead and ended up playing that.
That was a good game, though, and it was a very popular game. And we've got a planter issue over on Field 39. So I don't know how far you are behind me, but what I imagine is it has run out of fertilizer. Actually, it ran out of seed.
Okay.
So I will run this over and get it filled back up. I don't know that I will bring it back just because Sharko's not that far from getting this field all planted up. So by the time I get this field back over here, he'll probably be done.
Yeah, probably.
Especially with this slow big bud pulling it.
Yeah.
And
oh, speaking of that, that reminds me. Should I go and edit the big bud to be strappable?
that's completely up to you. I might have to pick one up at some point. But you know how hard it is to get it around the map, so I think it probably has enough weight that that's not really going to be that big of an issue. I don't see it flying off a trailer.
It will. It will.
I think, Sharko, since you're contracted to me, if you buy seed from my seed silos over here. It should come out of my wallet. And if it doesn't, I'll transfer the funds to you. Man, you had to be really young, Caveman, if you remember playing black and white. Like,
Yeah,
8 or 9 years old, maybe 7 or 8.
something like that. My first computer had the predecessor to 95 on it. What was that, MS-DOS or something?
It wasn't MS-DOS. It was, gosh, I can't even remember now. Rusty, what was the predecessor to Windows 95? It was a different Windows 301. Oh gosh, I can't remember. It was the first real Windows 3.1. That's what it was called. Oh, I thought black and white was a lot older than that. Yeah, it was Windows 3.1 was before Windows 95.
Yeah, that was my first computer.
My first computer didn't have an operating system. It was a Commodore 64.
Never had one of those.
Windows NT was a system that was used to... It was more something that programmers used. Business, it had more business functionality than standard Windows. Let's see, that's lime. This is seed and fertilizer. And there's no way that's going to line up. Okay. Hey Norman, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I get the feeling you've been lurking for a while though, but I appreciate you stopping by. I actually never played Command and Conquer. Age of Empires I've played just a little bit. One game back in the day that I played the absolute heck out of was Railroad Tycoon. Very similar to a newer game that recently came out, and they kind of modeled it after it was its Railway Empire. I really like Railway Empire just because it harkens back to the days of playing Railroad. It was actually Railroad Tycoon 2. Back when Sid Meier was the big name in gaming.
Railroad Tycoon 2.
Yep.
That was around the same time as Roller Coaster Tycoon, wasn't it?
I don't
second
know.
one.
Euro Tycoon 2 was... It had to be mid-90s. I'm thinking. You want your tractor back?
No, I'm just. You see where they put the?
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome.
And there's the other one.
That is sweet. What's that mod called again?
Universal Passengers.
Universal Passenger. Gonna need to come back around one more time, Sharko, to get fertilizer in here. And this thing does not fill quickly. We might need a seed tender, a seed and fertilizer tender. Oh.
Well, I guess that'll be my next edit.
I'm filling this with seed, but it's billing you. It looks like.
Yeah, it is. It's my equipment. It bills the equipment owner.
Well, that's a bummer. Because I used your seed and fertilizer to plant my field. Oh well, I'll be using my equipment to plant your fields at some point too, so...
It's all the same. It's all the same. I'm only down to 3.2 million. It's fine.
And I'm going to tell you, targeting this little tiny target under these frickin' spouts is about enough to drive me bonkers.
That's why I use the ones from MF Shed Pack.
Okay, you might actually have a good argument for MF Shed Pack there.
I think it's a pretty good one.
Yeah, since I've failed 4 times to target this thing now.
It doesn't take much to be off.
No, it's got a very small target on it. And I just blew it again, I'm pretty sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm way off.
Do you need me to come fill it?
No, I will get it sorted. What would actually be really helpful if it didn't have this frickin' swivel front axle on it. Oh, maybe the problem is I haven't switched it to fertilizer fill.
Yeah, that'll do it too.
Everyone, enjoy your laughter. As Harv fumbles mercilessly with filling up some bloody fertilizer. Okay,
It's okay. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Oh, you can laugh at me. I would be at this point. Still not there. I mean, look how close that is, and it's still telling me it's not lined up
You're
right.
too close to it.
Not that close. Alright, I'm getting this sorted out one way or another. I'm just about ready to install the easy development mod and just be done with it.
You want to swoop that pickup right under where I'm at.
It should be. I should be swooping right through you. There.
Yep, it should be right.
Finally. Good lord. Alright. I'm going back to harvesting. I'm going to go back to doing something I know I can do.
I kind of want to see the time Sharko has doing it. Because he's still got everything hooked up.
Oh, he'll nail it. It'll be absolutely perfect, I'm sure.
Probably.
And the bloody sun's going down.
Yep. I mean, if you want, I can fix that.
If it gets too dark, we'll take care of it. The only problem with advancing time like that is that we advance our crop growth, and that kind of defeats the purpose of slow crop growth. Or normal crop. No, we have it set to slow because these fields are so big.
Yeah, that's true too. That was only $20,000 worth of fertilizer. It's not bad.
That's not bad.
I didn't pay attention to what the seed cost. Oh, you hopped out of the big bud. I got it.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm going to go back to doing something I know I can do. Taking care of these poppies. Poppies, poppies, poppies. And no, I am not a member of the Lollipop Guild.
What is that from?
The Wizard of Oz.
Okay, I felt like I should know it.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild. The Munchkins.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we've done best video games of all time. Best movie of all time. Anyone? Anyone got a favorite movie that they absolutely have to watch every single time? And will always go back to no matter what.
Has anybody else here seen Cazzilla?
Nope. Never even heard of it. I've seen Godzilla.
Cazzilla is an Italian remake of the original Godzilla in color. It looks like somebody scribbled the color in with crayons. It's bad, but it's a good movie.
I take it you like bad B movies.
There's a lot of stuff that a lot of people say is horrible that I like.
Fair enough.
Like, there's an entire franchise that's titled Violent Shit. It's a it's a series of German splatter flicks, but they're done so badly that you can see where they fake stuff.
Gotcha. Norman, that is a brilliant one. Shawshank Redemption. God, I love Shawshank Redemption. The last one, Rusty, is favorite movies. Movies you absolutely can't live without. I'm not going to tell you what I just did. Not telling you at all because, frankly, it was ridiculous. Wow. Okay. Yeah, favorite movies. Shawshank Redemption definitely rates right up there on my list. Apocalypse Now. Definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
I'm getting ready to get. I'm getting ready to go sell this planter.
Oh, are you having trouble lining it up now too?
I I'll line it up, but it won't connect to the grain cart. So I just left it for now. Not like we need it right this minute anyway.
Oh, that it's yours you're talking about.
Yeah,
That's weird. I wonder if that has something to do with the fact that I'm the one who disconnected him. I don't know. That's strange.
it
Blue,
is very strange.
Blues Brothers is another great one, Rusty. Love the Blues Brothers. When I was in high
What
school,
about
I actually knew a couple of guys who would um, dress up as Jake and Elwood, and they actually participated in a couple school convocations, and it was just something they did because they thought it was fun, and everybody kind of latched onto it. It was pretty cool.
it is cool. What about the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
One of my all-time favorites, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
It's a great movie.
Do you know what it's based on?
If you hadn't asked me, yes. You asked me and my mind just went blank.
It's a modern day retelling of Homer's The Odyssey.
Okay.
For the
It,
literary geeks in the in the channel like me, brilliantly done. I must say, just absolutely brilliant.
Now, we all know you used to drive a truck, but have you seen the movie White Line Fever?
No,
You should definitely watch it. It was originally done in the 70s.
what in the heck is going on here? GPS is getting very weird today. White line fever. I've heard of it. I know of it, but I haven't watched it.
Definitely should if you ever get the chance. It was on Netflix for a while, but I don't think it's there anymore.
What about Convoy with Chris Christopherson?
It's been a while since I've seen it, but yes.
The original Pink Panthers. Gosh, I remember watching those growing up. Peter Sellers. The Hunt for Red October falls into the same category as Shawshank Redemption for me. Back before Alec Baldwin was a total jerk.
So at one point he wasn't?
Well, I'm pretty sure Hunt for Red October was the first movie that he starred in. I think that kind of went to his head. The whole reason that. So, you know, Hunt for Red October is based on a series of books by Tom Clancy.
Right.
And the main character that was played by Alec Baldwin, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he's the main character in all of those books. But they changed the actor to Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford plays the character in Clear and Present Danger, and then I think Ben Affleck played him once. But the reason that they didn't stick with Alec Baldwin was that Alec Baldwin became such a jerk that they refused to work with him again.
Oh. From one movie.
Yep, from one movie.
That's bad. One movie goes to your head that much. That's bad.
I see somebody's getting my my grain cart filled up because my money is plummeting now. One submarine movie that I really, really like, and it's not as popular as some of the others, and it's a shame that the lead actor has retired because he's so brilliant. But it's called Crimson Tide, starring Gene Hackman and Denzel Washington. And Gene Hackman is absolutely brilliant. In fact, my favorite Western of all time stars Gene Hackman. It's Unforgiven with Clint Eastwood and Morgan Freeman. Unforgiven is sheer Western genius as far as I'm concerned. Anybody else just have a massive lag spike?
Yes. Yeah, I see what you mean about stuff not lining up now, though.
Yeah, for some reason my GPS is way off now, and I'm going to have to try to reset it when I get back to the start of this field.
I can never get it to work right trying to run headlands, so I don't even bother.
Well, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't worry about flipping it. I just use it on two edges of the field, and then, I mean, at this point, it's not even really necessary. These fields are so big, and they're stable. Like, I can set my harvester at 180 degrees, and it just sits there and does nothing.
Yeah, pretty much. I am trying to clean up some of the stuff as we go, though.
I figured. I didn't remember this field being that big. We got over 90,000 liters of poppies in my grain cart so far. Oh wait, that's yours. I've got yours is 90,000. I've got 120,000. This is going to be a big harvest.
Very big harvest.
Good. Harv needs the money.
Well, lag spikes.
And poppies sell for good money. About 1,300.
About 1,300 per 1,000 liters.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Well, as it stands right now, oh, we're probably talking about 2 million liters of poppies here.
Probably. They're definitely a viable cash crop.
To say the very least.
You definitely get your money's worth out of hemp, too.
You were telling me that. That is so weird.
And I'm guessing I'm the only one that just got that big lag spike, right?
I was in a menu, but maybe because you just went all alien caveman again.
Yeah, that means it must have just been me.
No, where are we sitting here? Well, it looks like Charco is getting that planted on. Man, 39 is going to get done. That's pretty sweet. 37. What do I want to put in? Oh, that's what we could have put your planter on, Caveman. 37.
37.
Coulda. Oh, which one? Rice or mustard?
Do rice.
Rice it is.
Like, if you want to go put my planter on there, go right ahead.
All right. Oh, yeah, because you you couldn't get it to hook up, huh?
Yeah, it was right out. Like, the trigger would pop up for it to allow it to hook up. You'd hit the button and nothing would happen. I don't know if it's my lag or if it's, like you said, because you unhooked it or what.
I'm the worst at backing in swivel axles. Just the absolute worst.
If only there was a way to lock that axle so it didn't swivel.
Right?
There's a mod that does that.
I was just thinking about that.
There's only one downside to that mod.
What's that?
When it first came out, if you left one of the trailers with the swivel axle off by itself, not attached to anything, it would roll.
Really?
Yeah, since I updated it, I haven't had that problem.
Swivel axle trailers for the fail.
Exactly.
Swivel axle implements for being one massive pain in the tuchus.
Very much so.
And this is why I'm glad I bought the one that I did. Mine does not have this swivel axle on it.
Yeah, I'm literally probably going to go sell that one once the seed and fertilizer run out again, or one of them runs out again, and then go buy the other one.
But it's hooked up. It is hooked up.
Congratulations, you successfully did something I couldn't.
What were we talking about? We were talking about rice.
Rice.
Oh, and I just passed it. This is one of the problems with having so many choices. There we go. Rice. Rice it am.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got
Oh,
this.
and there is a...
Go ahead.
There is a 50-row planter that I found. I'm going to look and see how good it is. If it's any good, it might be an idea.
Oh, that's brilliant. Nice thing about these planters, you can just slap a generic helper on them.
And they work just fine.
Exactly. Oh, hey, I got that done and got harvesting just in time to get out of your way. Everyone is so quiet. Everybody enjoyed the thump of my microphone boom. Sorry about that.
I didn't hear that.
Oh, good. Never mind.
So you got that planting rice.
Yeah, at some point, hopefully my fields will get squared away enough that we can move off and work somewhere else. Surely you guys have work you need to get done on your own fields.
Well, the last time I checked, I was still waiting on stuff to grow on 2 fields. I had 1 field that needed to be harvested. Oh, now I've got 2 fields that need to be harvested.
Oh, well, there you go.
One of them's your favorite thing, too.
If it's potatoes, I'm bringing a plow up there.
Oh, it's potatoes.
I'm bringing my plows.
I don't need your plows. I've got 2 harvesters. I'll set one on a worker and do the other one manually.
Yeah, we've got a lot of harvesting to do over here on 38 still. So if you want to help with that, Sharko, are you running my harvester, Caveman, or did you bring your own down?
I'm running your harvester.
Okay.
Do you want me to go get mine?
You guys work that out. It's totally up to you and Sharko, however you want to handle it.
I'll let him use that one and I'll go get mine.
Okay.
And my chaser bin.
Well, one of you make a definitive decision.
I'm already getting mine, and I sent a message. So
Yeah, but then he said, after you sent the message, he said, I can get mine, no worries. So, yeah, Norman, with GPS, you're still operating the tractor. If you leave it, the tractor will stop. GPS just makes sure that you drive nice and straight. God bless, I did that again. Oh, that's true. If you both brought your harvesters down, we could probably put a helper on somewhere. Actually, if we put a helper on, we'd probably... Well, I don't know how quick they're going to fill up is the thing. Because somebody will end up having to run a grain cart over to the helper.
yeah.
Because unfortunately, helpers and follow me do not work and play well together. Unless you're using course play, then follow me works great because you can tell course play to do all headlands.
Exactly.
I think we'll run for about another 45 minutes and then wrap up right around 4 o'clock.
All right.
However you want to handle it, Sharko, is fine by me. Whatever works for you, man, I'm happy with. I really wasn't expecting this field to be ready so soon.
I don't think anybody was. But the server has been a little bit more active, so it's not pausing it all the time now that you're not on like it was before. So
Well, that's true. But no, I mean, what confuses me about it is that I have coffee growing in that field to the south of us, and I planted that quite some time ago, and we just recently planted the poppies here.
got to have different growth rates then.
Oh, yeah, dramatically different growth rates. Yeah, if we want to break off from this and go plant carrots, we can do that. That's no problem. I can bring my planter over. I mean, it's not like this has to be harvested today or anything. It was just something to work on since we were all down here. Field 15 is just right, not too far away.
Now, field 15 is not that far.
No, it's just down the road. I could,
So are we planting instead, or
well, I'm just looking. When you're talking about planting in field 15, Shark, are you talking about the far west section of it? Because it looks like you've got some growth in the eastern half of it. I don't see where 15 is two separate fields, though. It looks like just like one field to me. Or did you manually separate them into two fields?
I think he made it 2 fields.
And the other thing I need to find out. Oh, he's on his way back. Okay. Well, I could have that limed up in about 5 minutes. I've got the mega lime spreader.
So how much did it cost you to fill that thing completely with lime?
I didn't fill it completely with lime. You must have missed that part. I filled it up to 200,000 liters because that alone took about somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. So I stopped at 200,000 liters, and that big field that I limed only took about 5, maybe 10,000 liters. I can't remember how much was left in there.
Okay.
Hey Sharko, since you're in that cedar right now, does that switch to carrots? I can't remember. Or do we have to have a planter for carrots? I think the cedar probably would do it.
I'm pretty sure the cedar does do carrots.
And we can easily go ahead and do that carrot field. It doesn't need to be plowed. It just needs lime, so we could get lime on there real quick and start throwing carrots in if you want. That's your call. Your field, your call. It looks like it's mostly covered in fertilizer already too, so... Alright, stopping the harvest here then. Releasing my worker. Grabbing a tractor. Can I get this one out? Yeah, there we go. I'm going to grab my lime spreader. Focus on that first. Oh, you'll probably need to, if you haven't already, Sharko, you'll probably need to grant us contractor access to your fields, otherwise we won't be able to work on them.
It's not going to take y'all 10 minutes to do that field. It's so small.
Yeah, it won't take long. Are you just going to keep harvesting?
Probably.
Okay.
I already drug my harvester down here.
That field used like 7,300 liters of lime. So it really wasn't that bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
A standard limer would have held enough. A non-modded limer would have held enough.
Probably. So you're there.
So, everybody, what's going on out there? Anybody got any news? Anything fun and exciting, interesting going on in the world? I'd be interested to hear it. Everybody ready for Thanksgiving? Those of us in the U.S. Have any plans? Seeing the family? Being stuck at home because of COVID and the restrictions?
Well, I still got to cook a turkey.
Okay, Sharko, what part of this field am I doing? Is it the east side or the west side? Oh, I just didn't know if you had plans for... Well, since it's going to be carrots, and this is a test run for carrots, we'll just do the east side then. That's a nice little base you got set up over here. That's pretty slick. I can't get used to the width of the lime spreader. Well,
If you
yeah,
can't get used to the width of the lime spreader, why don't you just use GPS?
I tried that earlier today and there was some funkiness with it. I had about a 3 meter gap between my passes, so I don't know what was going on with that.
Huh.
And you still have to set up your first pass with GPS. You got to make sure that you're on target with your first pass.
That's a nightmare in itself.
It's all good. In fact, I'm pretty sure both of his fields over here need lime, so I will probably just take care of it all. Oh, yeah. Are you just going to bring my seed drill over here then, Sharko? That's fine. Since you already had it all hooked up and we're in it, I figured that might be easier. Two passes and this field will be done. Because when we spread lime, we really spread lime.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that works. Either way. What is that? Is your dog barking? Is that your version of farm
Yeah, I
dog?
think my dog is barking. Is my mic picking it up?
Oh, yeah.
I can mute the mic if you need me to.
Nope, I just couldn't quite tell because it didn't sound like a normal dog bark.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Probably because of the fact that I'm lagging hard right now.
I wonder if lime spreading is causing that. If the field state is changing so rapidly, it's causing the server to lag. That would actually be almost funny.
Oh, I was lagging before that.
Or because we're all running lights.
Huh, I cut the lights off on my end and it just went away, the lag went away.
Yep, I figured. All right, Sharko. You
Yep,
are.
it's the lights causing me to lag.
I might just. I might have to install Easy Development Mod. Just because, and not to use as a cheat. I wish there was a way you could access or limit access to mods to specific users. I don't think there is, at least not that I know of. But I might do it just so that we can alter day and night cycles easier.
I think you have to be logged in as admin to use the Easy Dev mod.
You think so?
Well, I've been on a server with you before where it was installed and you could use it, and you were the one hosting it, and I couldn't use it unless you turned it on. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
couldn't turn
interesting.
super strength on and off without you turning it on.
We'll have to test that. See if it works that way on this. It's installed on the server. I used it to get everything set up before I invited anybody on.
Well, if it's already here, we can try it and find out.
Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, and I missed. We were chatting away, and I missed Rusty saying goodbye quite some time ago. My apologies, Rusty. But I do appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us again. Doesn't seem like today's stream has been quite as successful as some of our past streams. I don't know. We had a rocky start again. One of these days, I'll just be able to fire up everything and hit the go live button, and everything will work perfectly. But that was not today. And Caveman, you are very alien now. You sound you sound like a Dalek. Nope, you're yeah, that you're not I can't even understand what you're saying. It's that bad. It's the worst I've ever heard it.
Did that fix anything?
It's a little bit better. I can at least understand what you're saying now, but just barely.
Okay, then.
Sounds like it might be clearing.
Well, my voice connection has gone back to yellow instead of red.
Yep, you're you're loud and clear now. No problems. I turned the lights off on my tractor. I don't know if that helps you or not. You shouldn't be that close to us, though, that we should be affecting you. Maybe.
I don't know. I've given the harvester all the gas in the world, and it's not moving.
Yeah, your voice connection is getting worse now, too. I'm kind of suspicious of that now, also, Norman. Is Caveman really just a cyborg in disguise? And his malfunctions are now showing us exactly who he is.
It wouldn't surprise me either. It would explain a lot, actually.
Okay, we've got one carrot field going in. I have got a helper that's blocked by something. Oh, I'm sure. Whoa! Helper H has, this is actually almost funny. Oh, I wish it was light out. I could get a really good screenshot of this.
What happened?
You'd have to see it to truly appreciate it. I'm going to take screenshots anyway, but... Wow, this is a train wreck. Helper H, you had one job.
Be in Discord so I can see him.
That is just weird. I don't know what this helper was trying to do. And I don't know if I can get him Well, he was driving around in circles, apparently. There, that got him sorted out at least.
Was that one that was playing Field 37?
Yeah. I'm going to get him started planting again. That should be lined up just about right. Now he just repeatedly says he's blocked by an object.
And there's nothing in front of him.
Not a thing.
Try moving him into the field a little bit more and trying again.
There he goes. Alright, I think that's sorted. As weird as this might sound, Norman, I actually don't know off the top of my head what my computer build is. maybe darkness is an object. And looks like Sharko is going to have this field all planted with carrots here pretty darn quick. Can you guys watching the stream, the couple of you out there, can you actually see what we're doing at this point? Is it too dark? These are all issues that we need to sort out over time. This is our third or fourth stream. This is all still pretty new. Done. Farm sim helpers. Blocked by darkness. In a truly mythical world where farm sim helpers actually help. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
Wait, that actually exists?
No. Okay.
Oh, because if it did, that would be nice.
Yep. So for next go around, we'll definitely be having Easy Dev mod installed, and that's just so I can alter the time of day easily. Because I could set this back to noon and make it nice and bright. And since people are having a hard time watching, and I'm pretty sure that's going to affect viewership anyway, we'll probably just go ahead and wrap up for today. I'm sure people are busy making preparations for Thanksgiving or whatever. And unfortunately, daylight didn't work in our favor either. It's been a day fraught with technical difficulties and major headaches. But for those of you still around, Norman appears, maybe at least. I appreciate you joining us for the stream. Always appreciate hearing from everyone. It's been interesting. It's been fun. But I think that's going to do it for this live stream from Harv's World. Again, thank you, Caveman. Thank you, Sharko, for all of your help today. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Until next time, take care.